The Baltimore Ravens.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the Ravens.
Mike Tirico alongside Greg Olsen. That's the rookie Tyler Luke. He begins this one. And off we go here in Baltimore. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Well, here come the Steelers, and that's the sight that looks odd, but people were looking to see after keeping us waiting all spring. Year 21 in the league for Aaron Rodgers, his first as the Steelers quarterback.
You know, it's funny how time flies, Mike, and we won't call him old. We'll just call him experienced. And here's a guy who's been doing this for a really long time at a high level, and he's going to hope that some of that experience works in his favor today. And when he plays well, this is proving to be a really hard team to beat. Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic, and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time, he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Second down, Rodgers. He'll find his big target, Pat Freiermuth. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Third and short yardage, it's Rodgers. He's got his man, complete to Wilson. Good work after the catch. They get 16 and a first down.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for a Steelers first down. A gain of 16 yards. And a Steeler first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball. Give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
On the ground, it's Jalen Warren. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickups of 14 and a first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass, and they can continue to generate these big explosive runs. I don't think they need to go away from it.
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
And he's able to find a crease, get ahead for 7. He'll bring up third down.
So I think as they continue to have success on the ground like they did here, I think we're going to see them continue to lean towards that ground game. Force the defense to come up, sell out, take it away, and then there's all sorts of options downfield in the passing game.
Rodgers on 3rd and 2. There's a short one, caught by Freiermuth. His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
That's another Steelers first down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Pittsburgh.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Now Warren. And he'll be taken down. Do we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up first and goal.
You can see the confidence that this play caller has on his opening script. This is a textbook drive here to start the game. Nice job there by the back with a big gain. Sets up first and goal.
A run on first and goal. And he's into the end zone. Kenneth Gainwell. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Chris Boswell on for the point after. He's got it, and the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead.
Steelers 7, Ravens 0.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Justice Hill to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So the Ravens will come out, and they are led by the man who's won the MVP twice and was the runner-up a season ago. Hard to believe it is year 8 for Lamar Jackson as the Ravens quarterback.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
And even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
In motion goes Likely. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Jalen Ramsey up to make the play.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down. In motion goes Likely. Going to go right back to Henry. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
3rd and short, Jackson. And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. 15 yards pick up there. Good for a Raven first down.
And the Baltimore first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
He'll go right back to Flowers. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
8 yards on the pickup.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 2. Jackson fires complete to Flowers. That'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Brings up third down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
It's a gain of a yard.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
They've got it. It'll be 1st and goal after a pickup of 21.
And this has been a really nice answer so far to this game, Mike. I mean, you watch your opponent take the initial drive and go right down the field and score. And what are you going to do in response? What are you going to do when you get that ball?
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Derrick Henry, touchdown Ravens.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Tyler Luke now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Ravens come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. And he's stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Steelers offense ready to possess the football for the second time. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. From the gun, Rodgers. This one is complete to DK Metcalf. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
In the shotgun, it's A-Rod. Metcalf makes the grab again. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. 18 yards on the connection. Good for a Steeler first down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
He'll take this down to the 47. The veteran Kyle Van Noy in on tack.
2nd and 7.
Second down, they need 7. Rodgers. Here's a screen set up for Warren. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch. Found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
That's caught. Left side. It's completion. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
24 yards.
The defense blows a chance to get off the field as the offense converts 3rd and 14.
First down, Steelers.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete. Pat Freiermuth, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Steelers.
It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal.
2-yard line.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. From back at the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. Rodgers. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. That's the big man out of Georgia, John Jenkins, getting in for the sack, and that's going to make it 3rd and goal.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
So the last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Throwing, Rodgers. This one incomplete. It is batted away in the end zone. And now it's 4th down.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. Here comes Hill on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Jackson. Open right side is likely. And That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 7.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
You could see that he was trying to find something downfield, trying to take a shot there on 3rd and short, but really nice job understanding there was nothing downfield, no need to force it. Get the ball underneath, get a fresh set of downs, and start over again.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Pass caught left side by Likely. And he'll get only a yard before he's out of bounds, and that's going to set up a third down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And, man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That's to the tight end, Kohler. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. They'll bring it back out to the 20-yard line. The Steelers offense getting set to get back to work with a solid start so far. Touchdown and a field goal on their first 2 possessions. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and a yard. Once again, it's Warren. And he's going to wind up losing yardage here. And that will take us to the end of the opening quarter of play. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. It's the Steelers with the early lead. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. The Steelers with the football to begin the second quarter. They begin with a 3rd down and 3. Here's Rodgers. He dropped this down to Warren. And it looked Looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. They'll take this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
So, Mike, this is a great example and a great moment to bring up why it's so important for these offenses to make everything look the same. Formationally, pre-snap movement, because the second that motion looks like a jet motion and he's going to get the ball as opposed to a traditional motion, these defenses are so in tune with all those little differences, they know it's coming and it's not going to be a lot of gain. Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And the Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
This one complete to Hayward. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
Strong running there inside the 30. On the move with a gain of 9.
At the Ravens' 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second and 1. They'll stay on the ground with Warren. And I don't think he got that wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at third down.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
They have converted twice on third down on this drive, and they need a yard here with third and 1. He's got his man right side. It's complete. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
When you decide to throw the ball on third and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
No chance to get away. He's going to be knocked out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11. Rodgers to throw. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Steelers.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers will get out in front 17-7.
Ravens 7.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here comes Hill on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. There. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
2nd and 11. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. Open man is beaten. He's got him. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. This throw right is taken in by Crowder.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play. Understand where the holes in the defense are.
He's hit after the catch and the ball comes free. The Steelers think they've got one, and they do.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Rodgers now. Metcalf reels it in on the right side. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Now after that last play, we have an injured Raven. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. To throw, it's Rodgers. Metcalf left side, he's got it. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 11 yards on the connection there. That's a Steeler 1st down. Now Rodgers. this one grabbed by Austin. And he'll be forced out of bounds and pick up a couple on that one.
He's out of bounds at the 13-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They face 2nd down and 7. That's to the end zone, but just too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Roman Wilson was the intended target. And 3rd down coming up.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
And I think this is just a really good quarterback play. You understand you got 3 points in your pocket. Don't try to be a hero on 3rd down and make the perfect pass. Throw it away, and at the end, just come away with points on this drive.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Steelers add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. Here comes Hill on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Ravens offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Bateman is the motion man. On 1st down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the 2nd half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
He'll try and run for this with Henry. And he will have the Ravens 1st down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10.
Actually, a really nice play there defensively, Mike. And initially, I thought that penetration was going to bring him down in the backfield and bring up 4th down. But somehow, nice job by the back, angling his way forward. I think he's going to get this 1st down by about the length of the football.
And nowhere to go on that one. They lifted him up and threw him down behind the line.
Taken down back at the
You know, Mike, it's funny when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
He doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Steelers think they've got one, and they do.
Something these running back coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort. I love the fight, but it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover.
run with Gainwell. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 8. Play fake. It's Rodgers. He'll find his man. Ben Skoranek. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
19 yards.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play calling. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. That one incomplete. Good job. Pittsburgh there separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On play action, here's Jackson. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Second and 10. They'll run the draw, and here's Henry. And a nice run there as he surges forward. A gain of 8 and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the 1st down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the 1st down, just not here.
On 3rd and 1, here's Jackson. Coming up, and that's the tight end likely. They get 18 on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
This one complete to Bateman. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
7-yard pickup.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
One of the tight ends motions right. On the handoff, it's Henry. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. That's out. Ty Smith in for the tackle. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to Baltimore after this. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. The ball comes out. One of the Steelers has it. Still going.
Don't you just love when you get a chance to see the big guys run with the ball? Like, takes them back to their glory days. Every one of these guys at some point when they were younger was a running back, and they might not get the ball a lot, but when they do, they try to take advantage of it. He was able to go back for a big return. Doesn't get 6, but I think it's going to take him a minute there on the sideline to catch his breath.
A-Rod now to throw on first down. He'll step up and run, and he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. Now the Ravens use their first timeout, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And he's in. Roman Wilson. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown. And, Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench, going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
On for the extra point is Boswell. He knocks it through. And the Steelers add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. Here comes Hill on the return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. From the gun, Jackson gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be taken down to 37. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second. And they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll work straight ahead with Henry. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Out to his right. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. Clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break. Here's Jordan Stout now. He's on for the second time and wouldn't mind a carbon copy of that first kick. To return is Williams. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting ready to go once more. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. A first down throw from Rodgers. That'll be complete to Gainwell. And I'm up and down just shy of the 40. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime.
And the Steelers first down.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Rodgers. Catch made, right side by Wilson. And now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Rodgers. He finds Austin with the ground. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Halftime coming up, and we'll take you down to Scott Hansen for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to kickoff of this second half. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Here comes Hill on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Ravens offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's into the hands of Flowers. And he'll be out of bounds here, and it's only a gain of a yard.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
In motion goes Likely. On second down, here's a run with Henry. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
They get 14 on that hookup. Good for a Raven first down.
It's a gain of 14
And this is what can
yards.
happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. Flush to his right. Now he'll run it. A big play there on the scramble. 41 yards.
Yeah, this is one of those cases, Mike, that the defense is so consumed with locking down all the receivers that they lose track of the quarterback. And after realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball, he tucks the ball down and not only picks up the first down, he picks up a huge chunk play.
On the give, here's Henry. The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
He was brought down by Darius Slay. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 14-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6. He'll go again here with Henry. And he'll pick his way forward. A gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
It's the quarterback with the sneak. And they're going to get him down close to the marker. Was he able to reach the ball out? He did. Great spot and a great run. 1st down. 1st and goal.
1st and goal.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
And this one, good serve and drop him. The loss on the play, back to the 9-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Play action now. Jackson. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And they'll get about 4 out of this one. Run after the catch. Hard to come by down here. Here comes 3rd and goal.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
He'll swing this out wide to Henry. This has been quite the drive. 3 points would kind of feel like a letdown, so they're going to go for it here on 4th and goal. And he's not going to get there. They stopped him at the goal line. It's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, when you find yourself down big here in the second half, you have to maximize every possession, and that's exactly what the coach tried to do, going for it on 4th down. Give yourselves a chance to cut into this big lead, but it's the defense that came through again with a huge stop, and that's going to make their chances of coming back that much more difficult.
On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. Oh, that's not going to work out at all. That is a safety. The defense puts 2 points on the board with a safety. But, Greg, a lot of credit, not just to the defense, but special teams as well.
Give that assist here, Mike, to the punter. Just the play ago, being able to pin that offense deep inside their own territory leads directly to that 2-point safety.
So now, after the safety, here comes a free kick from the 20-yard line.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. Automatic first down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. This is Henry.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Now it's Jackson. He finds DeAndre Hopkins for the catch. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Probably took him a little bit longer than they would have preferred, but he finally gets on the board. First catch, first touch. Here's we start the second half.
3rd and a yard. On the option, they give it to Henry. Trying to drive his way forward. I'm not sure he got there. Going to depend on the mark, but yeah, he's short. Short, and it's 4th down.
The key to a good zone read offense is the timing, and in this case, it took a little bit longer to get going. By the time the back was given the ball, the defense was through. They're able to take him down on 3rd down for a big loss.
Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
4th down, you want to make sure you give your quarterback the option to keep the ball in his hands, and that's exactly what they decided to do, and the defense was ready. They played assignment football, everyone did their job, and they come up with a huge 4th down stop.
They'll run straight ahead with Warren. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Travis Jones there to bring him down.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
from the 41. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Rodgers. This one grabbed by Austin. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big win.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Steelers, 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Here's Warren. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Jalen Warren. Touchdown, Steelers. Boswell now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Steelers will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. He fields it at the 8. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he'll work this forward to the 35. Joey Porter Jr. that time up to make the play.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
2nd and 5. Going to go right back to Henry.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Here's 3rd and 2. Hopkins sent in motion. Jackson on 3rd and 2. He finds his receiver. That's Bateman. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Baltimore.
That's good for a Baltimore.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. 19 more on that one, and another first down.
When this offense is really in gear, Mike, a lot of it is because of the ability of Lamar Jackson running the football. He is what makes this thing go, and you can see why.
Jackson now to throw on first down. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Steelers' 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 7. To throw is Jackson. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll try to sneak it here, and not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
A first down throw for Jackson. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Baltimore.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. On is Luke to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Ravens are able to cut into the deficit.
37. Ravens 16.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Here's Williams on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. They put Wilson in motion. They'll start this on the ground with one. And he'll find some way to turn this into positive yardage, struggling forward for a pickup of about 2.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. Over the middle, Metcalf has it. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Chargers. He'll take a shot. Looking for Wilson. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The play fake. Jackson. A pass pulled in by Henry. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Here is Jackson, who outs another catch for his favorite target. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A gain of 21 on that pass play. Good for a Raven first down.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game. It allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. That's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection. Defense got lucky on that one. There's no one accounting for the running back out of the backfield as they should have, and fortunately for them, he bails him out by not securing the catch.
Second down. Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry. And he's going to be out of bounds here on what will wind up being the final play of the third quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third and 2. Here we go. Fourth quarter underway, and here's Henry. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
The offense staying out there for this fourth down. From the gun, Jackson. That's taken in, and he's going to have the first down. Aggressive call there. It works out as they convert on fourth down.
Baltimore.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Brings up 2nd and
So the
1.
hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Pistol gives to Henry. And he's going to pick up the first down. Tackle made right at the 20-yard line.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
He was brought down by Cole Holcomb. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. On the handoff, running left is Henry. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Now after that last play, we have an injured Raven. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. A successful drive, but in danger of stalling. Trying to convert now on 3rd and 7. Jackson now. And that is incomplete. Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
He was covered by...
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. Going to give the ball over on down.
Turnover on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Now it's a bootleg with Rodgers. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
A run with Gainwell. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
Juan Smith in on the tackle. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. The crowd does not agree with that call. Who's ringed out? Doesn't matter. I'm not going to change it. It's a 1st down. A run up the middle with Warren. And his momentum completely stopped there. Picked up, thrown down for a loss.
Tackled back at the 41.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
The master of play action, Rodgers. Metcalf coming across the field. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. There is a big-time play for the Steelers. 33 yards.
A gain of 33 yards on the play. First down, Pittsburgh.
Well, I think one thing's for sure, Mike. I don't think we're seeing an offense that is comfortable with this late lead. They're continuing to put pressure on the defense and say, hey, I don't care how much we're up by. We're going to continue to execute our passing game, and if there's opportunities downfield, we're going to continue to take it.
And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up second and short. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Second and a yard. Once again, it's Warren. And he's going to be close to a first down. Looks like he'll have just enough to keep the chains moving.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run game. Third and short, fourth and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
From the gun, Rodgers. That one to the end zone, but incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. Third down coming up.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Trying to keep this drive moving, but it's third and 8. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. On third down, Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
A 29-yard attempt.
Another one through the upright. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Steelers will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. Here comes Hill on the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Bateman is the motion man. On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll send a tight end in motion. That's to the tight end, Coleman. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
That's good.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
On 1st and 10, Jackson will try and set up the screen to Hill. This one will be sniffed out, thrown up in the backfield.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Jackson looking to throw. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's 3rd down. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Third and 11. Again, it's Jackson. And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. They get 19 on that pass play. First down, Baltimore.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. One of the tight ends in motion right. To the air one more time with Jackson. A short pass taken in by the tight end. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
That's another.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Jackson up top again. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now, Jackson. They'll try to set up the screen here. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
Well, when you call a screen play, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. you're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's going to have the Ravens first down. That was something else. Big pickup on 4th and long. And they get a new set of down.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Now Jackson, this a designed run. Down to the 4, it'll be 2nd and goal.
Down in the red zone, designed quarterback runs are a handful for defenses to account for. But in this case, give them credit. Not a lot of room to maneuver here for the quarterback, and they keep it to a short game.
Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. That is caught. Now after that last play, we have an injured Raven. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. They're in 4-down territory for sure, but what can they do on this one? It's 3rd and goal. They'll go with the sneak, and he will drive his way into the end zone. Lamar Jackson, touchdown Ravens. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Touchdown here in the 4th quarter, Greg. They have a big mountain to climb, but at least they're technically still alive in this one.
And now, Mike, we're going to see them line up to go for 2. They're going to see if they can get this lead down to 16 points and still give them a chance to fight back here late in the 4th quarter.
Now Jackson and the Ravens will try to tack on 2 more.
The Ravens will line up for the 2.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And he gets into the end zone for the 2. So it's not over yet. It's back to a 2-score game.
Ravens 24.
Everybody's looking to end every drive with 6, but when you can turn that 6 into 8, man, what a confidence boost coming off the field, and they're going to force their opponent now to start chasing.
So down 2 scores, they're going to roll the dice here with an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
The Steelers' offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the first down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that game.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Rodgers. Off balance throw. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. 17 yards, the gain there. Good for a Steeler first down.
17 yards. First down, Steelers.
Here's a handoff to Warren. Oh, the ball's out. One of the Ravens has it. He works free, right side. And he returns this all the way. Touchdown, Baltimore. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop him with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they forced the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
Big moment here for the Ravens as they will go for the two-point conversion.
The Ravens will line up for the two-point conversion.
They'll try to pick this up with a run. And a big conversion for two. And it's a one-score game. The deficit is only 8.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. We'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Here's Warren. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. In the shotgun, it's A-Rob. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Rodgers on 3rd and 2. We'll get this into the hands of Austin. The defense uses its 2nd timeout here, and don't forget, clock to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well.
First down. A gain of 12. First down, Pittsburgh.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll run the toss with Warren. And he will not be able to turn upfield. He'll drop him behind the line. And third and final timeout taken by the defense, so the 2-minute warning, the only clock stoppage they have left. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. To throw, it's Rodgers. He finds Metcalf on the slant. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
A gain of 10 makes it 3rd.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Ravens offense and receiver Zay Flowers heading back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He's got Likely over the middle. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Jackson now to throw on 1st down. He'll drop this one down to Hill.
Complete to Justice Hill. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
Here is 2nd and 7. Now Jackson. Now deep ball for Bateman. That is brought in. And this will be a touchdown. They are within a 2-point conversion of coming back to tie this game.
What a finish there to get the touchdown, but of course the job's not done, and this is where the defense needs to regroup, Mike. It's one thing to give up the touchdown, but now you're still one stop away from being the hero. They got to dial in, get their best defense called, and somehow find a way to keep them out of the end zone.
Big moment here for the Ravens as they will go for the 2-point conversion.
The Ravens
will send a tight end in motion right.
Conversion.
Jackson now. And this is caught. He's able to hang on. They get the 2 points, and we are tied in the final minute of play.
You can just tell the teams that practice these end-of-game situations. After the offense scored, there was no big hoopla. They weren't throwing themselves a parade. They immediately knew they had to go for 2. Get back in the huddle, get their best play call executed, and we got a tie ball game.
We are in the final minute of what is now a tie game as we are set for the kickoff. Here's Gainwell to return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Steelers offense and DK Metcalf getting set for their next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. Here's first down. From the gun, Rodgers. That's out wide to Lawrence. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. Now on second and long. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. There's that man again. Another catch. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second. They'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. This crowd into it now. It's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
I'll tell you what, Mike, things have gotten very interesting. I mean, take a look at this situation. Tie ball game. You're still on your side of the field, and it's 4th down. Do you keep your offense out there and try to extend this drive to walk off the game? Or do you punt it away and play for overtime? I think I'm keeping my offense on the field.
And he's going to be taken down, and that will do it. 4 quarters, no winner. Let's keep going. We're off to overtime. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Here comes Hill on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to get back to work. They'll start out first down and 10. Jackson going to keep it himself. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense. And I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
They'll send Flowers in motion. Now a first throw here in overtime. And that is incomplete. But now a penalty flag comes in late. He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar.
Automatic first down.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Here's Hill. That's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7.
The tackle by Brandon Bowles. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and a couple. They bring a tight end in motion left. Our run play. This is Hill. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. And that not a guy you can afford to lose here in overtime. Here's 3rd and 2. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he will have the Ravens 1st down as they are able to keep this drive moving.
And the Baltimore 1st down.
You know, you think about Lamar Jackson running the ball. Normally, you're picturing him with nobody around, running 30, 40 yards, big explosive plays downfield, but you forget just the weapon that the quarterback can be in these short yard situations, and he delivers a 1st down.
That is caught. What a throw. Jay Flowers. Touchdown, Ravens. Greg, you can't ask for a better way to start overtime. What an exciting touchdown.
Yeah, and the quick strike now allows them to take complete control here in overtime. They are a defensive stop away from getting out of this one with a big win.
Don't forget about the extra point here. This, an important one. The kick is good. So an ideal start to this overtime. And now it's up to the defense to preserve a 7-point lead. So, thanks to that recent rule change, still the chance to extend this game and match that opening overtime score as they receive the kickoff here. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. Down to throw on 1st down. A dive and a catch. Incredible. A gain of 14. Good for a quick 1st down.
That's good for a Steelers 1st down.
And his great game continues. And all game long, Mike, he's really been on the receiving end of a lot of big plays, but I think we might have just seen his best one yet.
1st down for Aaron. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism Allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Rodgers. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
Doing a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Rodgers to throw. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
And that sideline just cannot believe their guy did not come down with that play. I mean, that's as easy as it gets. I frankly don't blame him. I mean, that's a play at this level you just have to make. Your teammates are dependent on it.
It is 3rd and long. Rodgers now. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
4th down, Rodgers. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have the Steelers first down. Big letdown defensively. They allow him to convert on 4th and long.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the first down.
That'll be complete to Gainwell. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
16-yard line.
Rodgers going up top again. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. A rookie from Marshall, Mike Freed, in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
And after allowing a chunk play on that previous down, nice job there settling in. They make a big play of their own, and they get him down for a sack.
In the shotgun, it's A-Rob. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and they'll bring up 3rd down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
3rd and long for Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Let's see what they do here. This is 4th and long. Throwing Rodgers. And he'll take it on in. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Mike, what a game, but now what decision are they going to make? They find themselves down one. I think this is a no-brainer. Ball on the 2-yard line, dial up your best offensive play, and go win this game now.
They could have tried for the win. Instead, they'll go for one to extend the game. And an exhale there. Extra point is good. Now, next score wins as we play on here in overtime. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. This will be returned from the 6. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Ravens offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. On the ground, they'll go with him. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run here with him. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Isaiah Likely. And it's going to be 4th down.
He was covered by Patrick.
That's just a brutal miss, especially on 3rd down. I mean, if he delivers a good ball, Mike, that's a completion, 1st down, and this drive is alive. And I think he just tried to be a little too perfect, and he overshoots his target, and he's not there in time to reel it in.
Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to take over once more. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
Now a 2nd down throw from Rodgers. He'll dump this out wide to Gainwell. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. That's a Steeler 1st down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Warren. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
3rd and a yard. To throw, it's Rodgers. Throwing it out wide, and Metcalf has it. And he's going to be out of bounds just past the marker. The ball was in the proper place for a new set of downs.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize how many yards do I need to get for the first down, and just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
On the ground, Gainwell. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. And that not a guy you can afford to lose here in overtime. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. They'll run straight ahead with Warren. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down.
7-yard gain.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on 3rd down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in 3rd down. I want to get all of my conversions on 1st and 2nd down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, the defense gets a rare win. We've seen this ball carrier have his way on the ground pretty much all day today, Mike, and give credit to the defense. They were able to get back in the backfield with some penetration and bring them down for a loss.
On the handoff, this is Warren. And this is a slight improvement over the previous plays. Not going to lose yardage. He's not gaining any either. It's 3rd down.
Well, they've got him going backwards now, Mike, and this is a worrying trend. We've seen it now the last 2 plays. They have to be able to generate some leverage at the point of attack. Count on positive yardage in the run game.
On 3rd down, they go with Warren. And they'll only get a couple on this one, so the defense holds, and it brings up 4th down.
You can always tell what a team's decision will be on 4th down, Mike, based on what they do on 3rd down. In this case, unfortunately, they didn't get enough yards on the ground to make that 4th down more manageable, so I think they have to reconsider whether they go for it here.
So out comes the veteran, Chris Boswell, in a big spot. This one to win it in overtime. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their 2nd, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. So out comes the veteran, Chris Boswell, in a big spot. This one he's got to have. That's long enough, and it's good. On target from long range. It took overtime, but they will walk off the field with the victory. So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. They knew a field goal would do it, and a pressure kick from distance was right on the money. They come away with the victory here in overtime. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden and Mike Tirico with Greg Olsen, the rookie Tyler Luke, set to kick things off. Off we go here in the Inner Harbor. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Well, here come the Steelers, and that's the sight that looks odd, but people were looking to see after keeping us waiting all spring. Year 21 in the league for Aaron Rodgers, his first as the Steelers quarterback.
You know, it's just so funny to see a veteran, a first-ballot Hall of Famer like Aaron Rodgers, at the end of his career really bounce around and look for that final place that he can make home to kind of go off into the sunset and put a final chapter on what's now a 21-year NFL career. So what are the expectations? I think around Pittsburgh, they expect him to be Aaron Rodgers. I think he's healthy. I think he's motivated. And when he can be out there every single week, there's very few guys who have played the quarterback position better over the history of the league than Aaron Rodgers.
So, from the 37, here's second and a yard. On the ground, it's Jalen Warren. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
That's good for a Steelers first down. A gain of
second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11. To throw is Rodgers. That's complete. It's Metcalf. And he's out of bounds, down inside the 35. That's the second time they found him on this drive, and this one's good for 24 yards.
There's a reason certain guys, Mike, just always seem to be open. It's really because route running is more art than it is science. How do you manipulate the defense to find open spots or win versus man to create separation and earn the trust of your quarterback?
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another first down.
First down, Steelers.
Here's a handoff to Warren, running left, and a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of the first down. A pickup of 9.
Smith in on the tackle. A gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the 10-yard line.
Second and a yard. Now Rodgers. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. And this is going to set him up with first and goal. Mark him out of bounds at the 4.
That's good for us.
And he's come out of the game on fire here, Mike, early. He's yet to throw an incompletion on this opening drive. And as he now approaches the opponent's side of the field and they start thinking points on that other sideline, this defensive play caller has to be looking at that call sheet saying,
fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. One of the Ravens has it. Any turnover down here hurts, Greg. These feel even worse because you have the reception. Looks like you're going to gain yardage. And then the fumble and the turnover, the defense takes the ball.
And they got exactly what they wanted out of the pass play, Mike. They're able to make the completion, but now as the ball carrier, you cannot be thinking, oh, I have to score, get it in the end zone. You still have to protect the ball. He doesn't. The ball gets knocked free.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal. Here's Rodgers. That one, take it in. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Steelers. And, Greg, that is the way you love to start one of those games. Get off the bus, get on the field, get in the end zone. The road team with the first 6 of this one.
And you can just see, Mike, it takes a lot of the air out of the stadium. And this crowd, they're fired up, start of the game, trying to make their presence felt. And the opposing team goes all the way down for an opening drive touchdown. That's an ideal way to start when you find yourself on the road.
Makes the score Steelers 7, Ravens nothing.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here comes Hill on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. And he'll force his way forward, maybe a yard. 2nd down coming up.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short gain.
First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
Clearly the plan on offense was to establish the run a little bit on this drive, Mike, but the defense is having none of it. 1st and 2nd down stop, no gain. Now it brings up a 3rd and long. We'll see if they try something else.
In the shotgun, here's Jackson. There's the veteran tight end, Andrews. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
This is taken at the 25. And it's a decent return. Gets some of that yardage back before he's forced out of bounds. The Steelers offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. On play action, Rodgers. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes. Marlon Humphrey, usually found in coverage, that time on the blitz, gets there for the sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, Rodgers. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Marlon Humphrey, the man there to break that one up.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
He'll air it out. Deep for Wilson. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
The fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. Play action now. Jackson. Moving left. He's going to keep it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Here's the give to Henry, running right. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. The veteran Darius Slay, they're on the stop.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he will have the Ravens 1st down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Henry. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
They'll try to throw here with Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
That's just bad timing by the offensive line. They've got to get their linemen out in front of him, so either the linemen need to go faster or the back just needs to be more patient. But either way, they're just not in sync on that screen pass.
He'll look for Flowers downfield. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. Steelers offense ready to take over possession of the football. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. Carry. This is Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
It is 2nd and 9. They'll run it right here with Warren. He's to midfield. Gets to the edge at the 30. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 81 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. And that back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. Here comes Hill on the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. And so far, not much has gone right. They've had it twice, punted twice. Looking to sustain something here on drive number 3. Jackson going to keep it himself. Ooh! And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
And this is really an area, Mike, that he excels in. He makes the right decision to keep the ball himself, and then when he hits the hole, he doesn't stop until he picks up the first down.
Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
A lot of defensive strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on him, and in this case, they're able to hold him to no gain.
They'll send Flowers in motion. Second down, Jackson. Flowers with the catch. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun, Jackson. And that's going to be picked by Jalen Ramsey. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 33.
You know, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
He'll start this on the ground with Warren. And he's out of bounds, close to the 45-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up a first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 8. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, Metcalf has it. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down.
To say this group has started strong here in the first quarter, Mike, might be a bit of an understatement. I mean, offensively, firing on all cylinders. Defensively, suffocating the opponent. The ability to complement each other on both sides of the ball and play at such a high level. They could have a little bit more breathing room here by the end of this drive.
Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
It's second and 8.
Metcalf, the motion man. Once again, it's Warren. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now third down coming up.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Third down and 3. Now some movement up front. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. That's on the guard, Isaac Seumalo.
Still third down.
So after the 5 yards walked off, it is third down and 8. Rodgers. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
Now on fourth down, the veteran Chris Boswell on for the Steelers. His kick is good. And the Steelers stake themselves to a 17-0 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. This returnable from the 4. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Ravens offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
On the option, they give it to Henry. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Now after that last play, we have an injured Raven. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Ball on the 40 now. Here's second and 2. In motion goes Likely. They'll go again here with Henry. And that'll give him the first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
Gain of 4 yards.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Jackson now to throw on first down. He keeps it himself. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Steelers think they've got one, and they do. 1 quarter in the books. 17-0, the early score. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. The Steelers with the football to begin the second quarter as they are set to start the drive with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Rodgers. Taken in by Connor Hayward. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 14-yard
Well,
line.
let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
A carry here for Warren. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. A gain of a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Rodgers to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they're going to move this all the way up near the 35-yard line.
21 yards.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
On the ground, Gainwell. Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. 3rd and 2. Here we go. In the shotgun, it's A-Rod. That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
Good for a Steelers first down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
A-Rod now to throw on first down. This one completes to Hayward. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll stay on the ground with Warren. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
A gain of 10 yards.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
The master of play action, Rodgers. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Steelers. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers are able to extend out to a 24-0 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here comes Hill on the return. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Ravens offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Now Lamar going to hang on to it. Not much room to operate there. He'll get only to about the 24.
The quarterback could have handed it. He could have kept it himself. I don't really think either option would have turned out much different. Great job by the defense having a plan for the running back and a plan for the quarterback, and they're able to force that carry for no gain.
On play action, here's Jackson. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. The linebacker, Alex Highsmith, getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
They'll try to set up the screen here, and he'll be stopped short of the 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. The Steelers' offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. They put Wilson in motion. Play action now with Rodgers. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down. And it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look and led to a nice game.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 4. On the handoff, this is Warren. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
first down for Aaron. He finds Austin with the grab. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A big half continues. Already 2 touchdowns on the score sheet. And here, this grab gets him a first down.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Second down and 3. They run with Warren. And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Steeler first down.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
Open space inside the 10. And he won't quite get to the end zone, but they're going to be set up at the 2-yard line. It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's first and goal.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space, and man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up first and goal.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Jaylen Warren, touchdown Pittsburgh. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the first half. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what